So if you guys can't tell, this here is a 1966 Chevrolet K10 pickup. It originally came in 327 V8 powered form with a long bed fleet side on it. I switched that to a step side because I like them better. Got this truck when I was 13, so the restoration on it is debatable at best. There is no more holes in the floorboards, so you can see the front tires through, so that's the whole point of it, I guess. Anyways, if you can't tell, this is a OM617 Mercedes diesel engine from a 1979 300 SD. I put this engine in here because I really enjoy these engines. I had it in a Toyota pickup, and it did really good. Never really had power issues or anything, but this big truck, it just doesn't work. It can barely do 55 miles an hour and can barely hold that speed on the level. There's just not enough oomph to it. I tried putting a new turbo on it, a bigger turbo. It helped a little bit, but there's still just not nearly enough power. And I never finished the exhaust. That's why it smokes out from under the hood, if you noticed. And I love working in diesel soot, as you can see, all over the firewall there. Just kidding. I do not like diesel soot, but that's what you get when you want to test things before they're finished. Anyways, this engine is not enough power to make this truck usable. I'm swapping the engine out for a 2003 5.3 liter LS engine. This comes from a GMC Yukon, and I deleted VATs on the ECU using the old trick of firing the engine up and then unplugging the body control module and then turning it off. That basically forces the ECM into VATS bypass operation. And I modified the fuse box. This is the factory fuse box to run on. This is the run wire. This is the wire goes to the fuel pump. That's pretty much all it takes. Wire comes to power through here, and I got to trigger the starter with the original key. Other than that, it's a standalone harness. Just needs some more loom work done. Anyways, should make around 300 horsepower. Possibly boost it later on. Not sure. But I'm going to try to video the process of swapping the 5.3 LS into here and getting it running and driving good. Pulling this engine is just the same as any other small block. It uses an adapter plate to a small block Chevy pattern, so exact same process as unbolting a 327 that was originally in here. Before I put this engine in here, I had a 375 horsepower Goodwrench Performance small block engine. This was a 350, and I had it in here, and it would easily push this truck up to 90, 95 miles an hour, no issues whatsoever. So I know that an LS with its modern fuel and everything will do just as good, maybe even better. You know, I don't know how healthy that Goodwrench Performance engine was. I did get it used, so we'll see, I guess. Motor mounts are super simple. One bolt on each side, and the engine lifts right up off the top. This one's harder to get to under the turbo there, but same thing both sides. Also going to try to adapt the LS fuel pump, or not the original fuel pump, but the fuel pressure it needs. I'm going to try to adapt that into either an inline fuel pump or an intake one on the original cab gas tank. We'll see how that works. I might end up putting a fuel cell in it. I kind of look at that as an easy way out, and maybe it's the right way out. We'll see.